Hello and welcome to this edition of the Western New York Family Magazine podcast for February 2026. I'm your host, Paul Klein, owner and publisher of Western New York Family Magazine. Coming up in this episode, we're heading to the historic Allentown district and paying a visit to Theater of Youth, where they're getting ready to bring two classic children's stories to life on their stage. And we'll pay a visit to the Buffalo Museum of Science to see what they have in store for families during the February school break. But first, for over 30 years, Aurora Waldorf School in West Falls has been enriching the lives of the students who walk through their doors, providing a love of learning and an appreciation for the natural world. Joining me now are Catherine Lally, Marketing and Communications Director, and Megan Gomez, Education Support Team Lead at Aurora Waldorf School. Welcome to you both.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, we're excited to be here.
Thank you for joining us. Now, to get things started, tell us a little bit about Aurora Waldorf School and what makes it such a unique educational environment.
Well, I think there's a lot of things that make it unique, and what really stands out to me is two specific things. One is you'll notice there's no screens here. So being screen-free, I think, is more relevant than ever in today's society in raising children and raising healthy children. And we are completely focused on hands-on, individualized learning where children are integrating the arts and creative development and movement and outside play every day as part of their learning. And the outside play, I think, is something else that really sets us apart. We recognize and appreciate that students through 8th grade need to play. They need to move their bodies. And everyone is outside here in all weather, all year, many times a day. And I think that that's very unique as well.
I mean, the mud in my car in the spring and the fall is something to behold because they are just nose diving into the mud. I think overall, and you said it perfectly, is we teach children how to breathe. We teach children how to exist in the world where they can take in information and make it their own and really live into it. And I think particularly in this culture and environment that we're stepping into with technology even more and more, it is so important that human beings, especially children, learn how to breathe. And that's exactly what you just described with the arts and going outside. We're very much attuned to how children are responding to the content that we're giving them. And a lot of that has to do with the balancing act of the things you might not find anywhere else.
In this day and age, when technology is kind of weaving its way into pretty much every facet of our life, this is so refreshing to see that the kids are screen free here at this school and they get that time for unstructured play to explore and to be inventive and create.
Yeah, and on top of that, we have a curriculum called Cyber Civics. So it's an intentional curriculum that teaches children how to be good digital citizens. And it also provides them with a basis for media informational literacy. So yeah, we're screen-free until we need to teach them appropriately how to use screens.
And to use it responsibly, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now let's talk a little bit about the early childhood experience here at Aurora Waldorf School. You serve students pre-K through 8th grade. What does the early childhood experience look like, and how does it speak to the needs of today's child?
I think the early childhood classrooms are such a beautiful, unique space. And when parents come and see them for the first time, they're really wowed by how cozy and homey they are, how comfortable the spaces are. We focus on natural materials, wooden toys, wooden furniture, plants, light, soft colors. The students are baking bread together every week. They're learning how to chop vegetables and making soup together every week. They're sharing a snack. They're learning that reverence for coming together at a table and having that shared snack moment. They're painting and they are creating with beeswax and seeing beautiful puppet shows that our early childhood faculty are just masters at showcasing these gorgeous seasonal and cultural puppet shows. And I think so much of the magic is the storytelling. Oral storytelling is a huge part of Waldorf education. So students are hearing these stories and these fables, and they are learning so much about the world around them through those stories. And also, there's a lot of focus, I think, and Megan, you could speak to this as well, but early childhood preparation for school. And that has become in this country very focused on reading early, doing math early, sitting at a desk early, bringing academics to children when they're not ready for them yet. And we really slow things down in a way that students are learning about numbers and they're learning about patterns through baking, through hands-on activities, through those stories. They're given ample time to play, which is developing that gross motor skills for learning later. And so when students get to the grades program here, they're really ready for things like direct learning instruction because they've had these years where they're really held in a way that is respecting and honoring them as children and preparing them for the learning when they're developmentally ready.
Yeah, it really is about pacing and working with the children that are in front of you. So one of my favorite things about being a Waldorf teacher is that every day I look at the children and something might be different. And because of that, I have to be different in my teaching. And really, we can't describe the early childhood program. You really just have to come and experience it. It's just, like you said, the parents are just wowed. And the way that there's this slow transition from this home life when they're about 3 years old into this beautiful home life, but it's still school environment. And all the while, the teachers have this professional background in child development that really understands that all of these enriching literacy and mathematical capacities are being built in early childhood. They just aren't as visible to the parents because they're not the experience that we had in early childhood. So for instance, I just know I remembered a lot of worksheets and moving from station to station for early childhood. And we don't have that. Yeah, we may have stations to stations, but they're grinding grain at one station. They're counting marigold buds and stringing them on string to hang decoratively for a fall feast or something like that. So every activity that they do in early childhood, although content focused for literacy and math, is also has this beautiful layer of social emotional development woven throughout. And that really is a testament to the storytelling capacity and quality that we bring as Waldorf teachers and that we're trained to bring as Waldorf teachers.
As we walked around the school before we sat down here to talk, I mean, like Catherine said, you can feel the warmth inside the classrooms and the fact that the teaching is done through these life skills that they'll be able to use later on in life really is a great testament to the education here.
My favorite thing that I like to say to parents is my children, when I take them out to dinner or I take them somewhere, they're bringing along crocheting, they're bringing along knitting, they're bringing along these things. And my child's in 4th grade, and she recently asked me, "Mommy, why don't we bring screens to dinner and things like that? Everybody around us, the kids are on screens and the parents are eating, and it's a lovely time, but wouldn't you want your hands to be working?" And it was a really great conversation that she's starting to wake up to, that there's such a bigger world out there besides screens, and that sometimes we need to remind children and ourselves.
I was going to say, and adults too.
And adults.
That there's a world out there to learn and to love and to experience.
Now, what is the middle school experience here like, and how is it different from other schools?
The thing that I love about the middle school program, and in fact, I will say this, that I was a class teacher for 7 years, and then I loved middle school so much that I stuck around and taught algebra for a bit, and I still teach cyber civics to the middle school students. And the relationship that I'm able to build with the middle school students, I don't think I would be able to build anywhere else because of the multi-year teaching that I've done with them. So it's about relationships. And I think that is so important for the developing mind of a middle schooler, that they can rely on safe relationships for a variety of reasons. One, to teach them the things that they need to know, typical education. But I think that through Waldorf education and being a Waldorf teacher, there's a certain skill that you develop for listening to students and really trying to meet them where they are. And that's the hardest thing to do in middle school. And I think because of how our early elementary and early childhood curriculum and program is set up, the teachers are just able to hopefully move seamlessly into middle school and be able, if there are any sort of issues or problems, because they've been together for so long, they can lean back on that foundational relationship that they've built and kind of have this feeling that, because of that, I could kind of get through anything. If I'm struggling to get through my math homework because I can't remember how to add different denominator fractions, I know that I can go to my teacher and she won't give me judgment. He or she or they won't give me judgment or shame. They will really try to meet me where I am and help me as best I can, even if that's like a swift kick, like, yeah, you just got to do your math homework and in the time allotted. Yeah. So it's really about that relationship that I'm able to build with the students when they're younger that is such a benefit in middle school, because there are so many other things besides education and math and literacy that's happening in middle school that the students need help. They need guidance. They need mentorship. And Waldorf teachers at their core want to be mentors to the younger generations. So that's our calling, really.
I just think our middle school students are cool.
They are.
They're just great.
You want to know why they're cool? Because they think I'm cool, and that's so cool. I want to be around them.
And I think here they really have this comfort and freedom to come into themselves fully. Yeah. Of course there's going to be social pressure everywhere. In middle school, it's an awkward phase of life. It's a transition. That's what it's meant to be. But there's something that happens here where I just feel that the students are able to comfortably come into their own. They're able to try so many different things here. Our middle school students are all participating in intramural soccer, basketball, and track and field.
They have swimming. They have African dance. I wish I was a middle schooler here.
They're going to Toronto annually for a basketball tournament with other schools. They're participating in all of these really great life skills experiences that when they get to high school, yes, it's a transition. And this becomes a real question that parents have. How is that transition going to be when my student leaves here in 8th grade? And how are they going to be able to settle into their high school experience? Mm-hmm. And our students tell us, yes, it's a transition, and sometimes that can be a little bit tricky, not always, but they feel so equipped with problem-solving skills and confidence, self-advocacy, that we really only hear positive things about that transition.
I actually have not a fun story, but I think a story that illustrates this. So I had a student come back to me early in the fall, and she said, "Mrs. Gomez, you'll never believe what happened in my 9th grade math class." And I was like, "Oh God, please tell me that I forgot to teach you something, and now you're going to tell me that I forgot to teach you it." But no, she said, the teacher asked what 7 times 5 was, and all the other students got their calculators out, and I raised my hand and just knew the answer. And she asked me about that. She was like, "Is that what you wanted us to do, was to be able to not use our calculator?" And I was like, yeah, because you know what? I bet you got that answer faster than they did. And like, you are just going to be able to save time knowing those facts rather than having to reach for a tool. And so that's no shade on mainstream education or anything like that, but it's just about the priority of, we don't introduce calculators unless it's a tool needed by students for a learning difference or something like that. We don't use it in our school. They can use calculators in 9th grade. And we always come back, is this the right choice? About every 2 years, we're like, should we be using calculators? And we always come to, there is a time and a place for calculators, and high school is the place. And I think that sort of illustrates why that just made me feel good as a teacher. Like, yes, I was painstakingly making sure that they knew their math facts so that they could pull it out of their brain instead of a calculator when they needed to.
Right. And I hate to use the phrase, well, back in my day,
Right.
Yeah.
but,
No.
that was expected of us.
Yeah.
And it laid the foundation for being able to advance our education later on, and as we kept going. Now you have an open house event coming up within the next month. Is that right?
We do. So on Saturday, March 7th, we invite any interested parties to come to our open house. It's from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and registration is available right on our website. And you'll have a chance to visit classrooms all the way from pre-K to the 8th grade level, meet teachers, meet fellow parents, and have your questions answered.
And what is your website for people to find more information about the school here?
Yes, so the website is aurorawaldorfschool.org.
Catherine and Megan, thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Up next, do you have an aspiring young performer in your family? Theater of Youth's upcoming workshops could be just the thing for them. We'll tell you all about it when we come back. Theater of Youth is the only professional theater company in the Buffalo-Niagara region fully dedicated to serving families and young audiences. They're getting ready to bring 2 classic children's stories to life on stage, and they're also hosting some workshops for the young performer in your family. Here to tell us more is Tracy Snyder, Executive Director of Theater of Youth. Welcome, Tracy.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here with us. Now, just to start things off, tell us a bit about the history of Theater of Youth, or TOY as it's better known, and what you offer here at TOY.
Sure. So thank you for that fantastic introduction. Theater of Youth was founded in 1972 by 2 Damon College theater instructors, Rosalind Kramer and Tony Smith Wilson. And now in our 54th season, we have really grown into a staple and cornerstone of the community, both for theater arts and young audiences in Buffalo and Western New York. As you said, we are Western New York's only professional theater that services children and families and individuals of all ages. I always say you're never too old to come to a show at Theater of Youth. And we really pride ourselves on the 2 branches of programming that we do. One is our main stage season performances, and then the other half that is still integrated with our productions, but that's our full year educational workshop programming.
Now, let's talk a little bit about those educational programs because you offer so much here. What kinds of skills do the programs that you offer here teach students?
Sure. So if you have a mini star and you want them to be on stage, we love those children. But we also really try to focus on building those soft skills, public speaking, allowing those children to share their voice and their stories. We have a lot of different artistry streams, working with different mediums of artists that we bring into our workshops. But then we also focus on, creative collaboration and creative confidence and those skill building things that no matter what you do in life, whether you go into theater or not, these things are going to really propel you and help you just as an individual in this sometimes chaotic world.
I mean, the arts really teach so much, and they're really an important element in the world of education, I think.
Absolutely. And really collaboration is what it's all about, in my opinion. And no matter what field you go into, and just navigating school and the challenges with families or, fellow students, collaboration and listening and confidence really go a long way.
Absolutely. Now, you offer classes all throughout the year, and you have some coming up within the next month or so. Is that right?
We do. Yes. So we've started a new series called Play in a Day. And this is something really special for different ages to come in. So all those days off during the year, the random holidays that we have, we're now offering workshops for those days. So we just did a Play in a Day that focused on animal adventures. So we have different themes throughout the year for those special day offs. And that's really fun. And the special thing is the kids come in completely new. They might not know each other, and they create a mini play in a day that they then perform for their friends and family that afternoon.
Oh, how
So it
fun.
really keeps them on their toes and engaged, and it's a really unique experience.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, we're talking on a very, very cold day at the end of January. Quite frigid outside, but that just makes us want to think about summer. And you do have summer programs coming up. It may seem like it's a long way out, but it's not too early to start thinking about that. So are there any perks to registering for summer camp early?
Absolutely. So right now through April 15th, we do have an early bird registration deal. So all that information is on our website, but all of our summer workshops are at a discount right now through April 15th. So all of our summer workshops are open and available for registration, as well as the upcoming winter sessions and spring break sessions. So we're ready for you over the next 8 months.
And I'm sure that those spots will fill up quickly. So be sure, if you're a parent and you want to get your child signed up, head over to the Theater of Youth website to get them registered. Now, you have 2 performances remaining in your regular season for this year. Can you tell us a bit about the shows that you're offering?
Yes, we are so excited. So next up, we are bringing The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the musical, to our stage.
Such a great story.
Absolutely. And if you're not familiar with it, it is such an incredible book series. There's soon to be a 21st book coming out. But this...
I had no idea there were that many of them.
There-
I knew it was popular, but 21?
Yes, there are. And this is just so much fun. It's a musical, and it's about these 2 best friends. And Jeff Kinney's popular character takes center stage as Greg's cartoon diary becomes a hilarious and heartfelt musical. So it's really about the challenges and the struggles of middle school. And we are gearing this for ages 8 and up.
Excellent. And the kids want to avoid that cheese touch.
Absolutely.
Yes. And then you have another show coming up that's a classic for the younger audiences.
Yes. Running in May, from May 2nd to 16th, we are bringing Corduroy to our stage. And Corduroy is based on the books by Don Freeman, and that's directed by Connor Graham. And it's about a little bear who has lost his button, and he is in a store. And so it's about the adventure he goes on trying to find his button. And the big question is, will the store security guard catch him, or will he maybe find a home?
Oh, that's very sweet. Very nice. Such a classic story. One of the things that I love about the performances here at Theater of Youth, especially for the younger audiences who may be getting introduced to theater for the first time, your running times. Your shows are generally about an hour or so in length. Is that right?
That's correct.
And so perfect for the younger children who may be coming to see a play for the very first time in their life, may not have the biggest attention span, but that's just like the perfect amount of time, I think, for a kid, as opposed to a 2 or 2.5 hour show where there might be an intermission.
Oh, absolutely. There's a space for all theater, but we have found, especially after the pandemic, for the little ones, that yes, our shows, we typically try to select performances that will run about 45 minutes to 60 minutes with no intermission. And it's really wonderful. Corduroy is for ages 3 and up because it has so much physical movement, and bringing Corduroy to life as an actor becomes this bear. And so it's between the the music, sound effects, and then the physicality of the actors and the beautiful set designs that we have, it really engages people of all ages, and even your littles. You shouldn't be afraid to bring them to our performances. And I will give a special shout out that for both of our upcoming shows, we have special performances of our sensory friendly show as well. So we tailor the performances to our audience that may have special and sensory needs. And so in doing so, we have our sensory-friendly performance on Sunday, March 1st at 10 a.m. for Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and then on Sunday, May 3rd at 10 a.m. for Corduroy.
What a wonderful way to welcome the entire community and to be able to let the kids who may be on the autism spectrum experience this too in an environment that's welcoming and comfortable for them. That's incredible.
It's a beautiful experience, and our actors love it, and it's really become a staple here at Toy.
Terrific. Now, where can our listeners find more information about all of the performances, your camp programs, and where can they purchase tickets?
Yes, everything is available on our website. I will say that our education workshops, you can find the information for that under the events tab, and then workshops and camps, and all the registration is available for every workshop on that page. And then tickets can be purchased. There's a link directly to purchase tickets, as well as, again, under the events page for each show.
Wonderful. And are there any other ways that our listeners can get involved with Toy outside of attending performances or signing their kids up for workshops?
Absolutely. We're always looking for people to get involved with us. We love working with people. But we have a couple unique opportunities right now. Number one, we are actively recruiting new board members. So if you are interested in possibly joining our board, you can find out more information about that on our website or contact myself. We're also looking for volunteers such as usher positions so that people can come and help usher and work the shows for both our school time and public performances. And we also have internships, and that goes for high school students as well as college students that maybe want to get involved in the arts admin side or even some theatrical elements as well. We try to tailor those to the students and the school needs, trying to work with school credits and hours and all the requirements that students might have. But we really love working with, again, people of all ages. And we've had some younger ushers as well that come in with their parents that just kind of want that opportunity. So we love getting involved with people. And if you have any questions, we are here to answer and help.
Great way for our listeners to volunteer and give back to the community as a family as well.
Absolutely.
Tracy Snyder, thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. Now, just ahead, we're heading over to the Buffalo Museum of Science, where they're gearing up for a week full of activities for the February school break. We'll be right back. Kids will be getting a week-long break from school in February, and if you're looking for some fun-filled activities, the Buffalo Museum of Science is the place to be. Joining me now to tell us more about what the museum has planned is Amy Biber-Colson, Vice President of External Relations, and Christy Schmidt, Programs Manager for the Buffalo Museum of Science. Welcome to you both.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. Now, the museum's February break week runs from February 15th through the 21st. And the activities that you have planned all kind of revolve around a common theme. Is that right?
That's correct. Every February break, we celebrate Engineers Week. So we bring in a number of partners into the museum, scatter them throughout the museum, offer special engaging hands-on activities. And they're hosted by not only local businesses that focus in engineering, but also corporations and organizations that really specialize in engineering areas. So we'll have Lindy here and Northrop Grumman and National Fuel and actually Labella Associates as well as joining us. And they come and they bring different activities to introduce kids who are visiting that week to different career paths in engineering and showing them just how fun engineering can be. But in addition to those Engineers Week activities, we have special showings with our friends at We Flip Entertainment. It's called Acrobatic Science Live, and it's this incredibly dynamic duo doing high-flying acrobatic acrobatics in our auditorium, 5 shows a day, and demonstrating the principles of physics. So it's a nice tie-in between physics, engineering, and a great way for families to celebrate a week off from school and have some fun and learn a thing or two as well.
Yes, I caught a clip of their show online, and it looks, I mean, they throw in everything from juggling to jump rope and balancing on different objects. It looks like such fun for audience members no matter what your age is.
Absolutely. And I was actually just looking back. We did a survey last year after last year's February break. So this is their second time being here, but everybody loved them so much we wanted to bring them back. But I was looking at the surveys, and there was a grandmother who said, I brought all 6 of my grandkids ages 2 to 9. They all absolutely loved it. I was amazed that my 2 and 3-year-old grandchildren stayed for the entire show. It kept them entertained, engaged. And, you know, that was really just a testament to just how great this group is. They stay after, answer questions for the audience, you know, sign autographs. You know, the kids just see them on stage flying through the air, and they're just so enamored with what they're doing. And it's entertaining too. And it's really fun for the entire family.
And they come here from Florida, is that right?
Yes. And if you might recall, last February break, we had an ice storm the day that they arrived.
Oh, gosh.
And so it was a little adjustment period when they first got there. They had never been in Buffalo, but they truly became part of our family here at the Buffalo Museum of Science. Like, they were just our buddies by the end of the week. And I honestly think I shed a little tear when they left, because they were just so fun, and they brought just such, you know, energy and positivity into the building. And you see that through their performance on stage as well. They love what they do, and they love educating their viewers.
Well, that's awesome. And for their sake, I hope that we have a little bit of warmer weather by the time they get here, and there's no ice storm this year.
Absolutely.
Now, Christy, for parents who are looking for a full week of activities for their kids, the museum is going to be hosting a discovery camp that actually ties into the engineering theme. What can campers expect to experience during that week?
That's correct. So while they won't be flipping themselves, they'll be able to also understand how physics and engineering comes into play through a hands-on way at our camps. So our camps are divided by age group. So our younger campers, ages kindergarten through 2nd grade, are in a separate group, and the activities are going to be tailored to fit with that age group of younger students. And then for our older campers in grades 3rd through 5th, it's going to be more geared to them at a bit of a higher level. Some of the same concepts, but just age appropriate and geared appropriate to what they're doing. We really do a lot of hands-on exploration. We'll do inquiry-based science. So it's a lot of like those buzzwords that you might hear talked about during the school day, but we make it fun and entertaining. So our students will also be able to explore the museum. So that's one of the great perks of coming to a camp at the Science Museum, is you get to explore the Science Museum with folks that work here. They'll also be able to interact with any of our visiting partners that are coming for the week, and they'll be able to catch shows of We Flip as well. So there's just going to be so many fun things for them to enjoy during that week.
That's great. Now, engineering really has come to the forefront in education, especially with STEM and STEAM curriculums. So this is really an awesome way for the kids to come in and explore those areas in a very fun and interactive way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tifft Nature Preserve, your sister organization in the Buffalo Society of Natural Sciences, is also hosting a camp during break, but with a bit of a different focus. Can you tell us a bit about the warm-up to winter camp?
Oh, yes. So when we're thinking of Tifft, we're thinking of outdoor exploration, and we'll have that in a safe way to be able to explore the weather outside, but also be able to be indoors as well. We want to make sure that folks know that there will be both opportunities. So we'll be able to see what the animals are doing outside. Are there birds visiting the bird feeder? What kind of birds are we seeing? What are some ways that folks have adapted to the cold in the past that we can pick up from nature? So there might be some engineering tie-ins there as well. But with both of our camps, regardless of the location, we're learning and having fun with science. So much fun that the kids may not even know that they're learning.
Oh, that's great. And I'm sure that over at the Nature Preserve, you never know what you're going to see, what kind of animals might pop up along the trail and everything.
Every day is different.
Yes. Now, looking ahead, Summer will be here hopefully before we know it, and summer camp registration is getting ready to open up as well. Is that right?
Yes, we're so excited. Registration is going to start on February 4th. Both the museum and Tifft are expanding our camps this year. The museum will be offering camps for pre-K to grade 12, and Tifft will be offering camps for pre-K to grade 8. So we're really exploring our teen camps this year in a much more expansive way at both locations. So we're really excited to offer that this year.
That's fantastic. And where can our listeners find more information about all of the programs that you have coming up for February break, and where can they learn more about the Discovery Camps coming up?
So the best resources would be both of our websites, so sciencebuff.org for the museum, Tifft.org, that's TIFFT.org for Tifft Nature Preserve. So on both sites we have information on their respective Discovery Camps, but also on our event calendar, and there's also a dedicated landing page for all of our February break activities. So just go on there. You can purchase your tickets for February break in advance, and then we do encourage to sign up for summer camps as early as possible. We have noticed over the past few years, camps fill up quickly.
That they do.
So mark your calendars. I should also specify the time because we actually get that question. 11 a.m. on February 4th is when our summer camps open up for registration. So mark your calendars and get ready to jump online to register.
Grab a spot while you can.
Absolutely.
Amy and Christy, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. And that's a wrap on this edition of the Western New York Family Magazine podcast. Be sure to pick up your free copy of Western New York Family Magazine for more great parenting info. You can find us at all Wegmans locations, all Federal Meat locations, your public library, and at many of our advertisers. You can also read the magazine for free online at www.wnyfamilymagazine.com. I'd like to thank Amy Biber-Colson, Christy Schmidt, Catherine Lally, Megan Gomez, and Tracy Snyder for joining us for today's show. And of course, thank you to you, our listeners. For the Western New York Family Magazine podcast, I'm Paul Klein. We hope you'll join us again next time. And until then, make every day a great day. The Western New York Family Magazine podcast is a production of Western New York Family Incorporated.